Buongiorno. Welcome to another episode of Rufus Eats Cheese. Today we are in Italy for beautiful Gorgonzola and Gorgonzola. A lot of you have been asking questions about Gorgonzola, and I can't believe how many people search Google and YouTube for Gorgonzola. So I thought I should really oblige. We've got two pieces of Gorgonzola here. They're made in the same place. The main difference between the two is their age. So, a bit of history. Gorgonzola is a cheese. It has a protected designation of origin, so it can only be made in the Piedmont and Lombardy regions of Italy. And it has to be made from pasteurized cow's milk. So you can't sort of make it out of sheep's milk or, unpasteurized milk or a mixture or something. It also has to be whole milk, so it's not skimmed, it's full fat, natural milk. They take the raw milk from the cows, pasteurize it, they mix in a blend of yeast, and they also add rennet. Rennet causes the milk to curdle, so you get curds and whey. Once it's cooled a little and it's then at roughly body temperature, they add a mold to the cheese. Now, I apologize. I previously said in my blue cheese video up here, that all these cheeses that were in that video had Penicillium roquefortii in it. They don't. Gorgonzola has Penicillium glaucum in it, which is a different type of penicillin bacteria. Like the Roqueforti, it requires air for it to grow, so you can see across both these cheeses there are stripes across here, and this is where the cheese, once made, is then spiked with metal spikes to allow air in, and that allows the cheese to bloom and the hyphae to grow throughout the cheese. You can probably see on both these cheeses here, this one is quite firm on the edge here, but the inside here is really quite gooey, almost a kind of paste. It's super gooey. Same on this one, in fact more so even on this one. This one's even drier and firmer on the edge and super gooey in the middle. So this would be the middle of the cheese. And when you have a wedge of cheese like this is known as the nose, and it's extremely bad etiquette, really bad etiquette, to chop the nose off and eat it, because basically you're taking away that best bit of the cheese from everyone else. You should always cut cheese in line so it's from the outside to the inside. So what's the main difference between these two bits of cheese? Why we've got two? Why haven't I just got the one piece? Well, this one is Gorgonzola Dolce. So this is a sweet version. So this is not matured for as long. It has a really kind of light creamy flavour, and if people are not really sure if they want to try blue cheese, or they think they don't like blue cheese, maybe someone gave them a piece of Stilton or something before and it kind of blew their head off, this is one to try, particularly this lovely gooey bit here. There's nothing offensive about it. You get just a very gentle tang from the blue in the cheese. This one over here is the Picante version, which is the kind of mature version, if you like. So it's a stronger flavour, and it's a little bit firmer, and it's matured for longer. So I think what we really need to do is to try them both, don't we? So I've got my trusty almonds on hand here. This could be particularly difficult because I'm essentially tasting the same cheese. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, let's give this one a little turn here. Well, I rather like the rind, but I'm going to go for this bit in the middle without any rind. First of all, look at that, look how gooey it is. It does just about hold together though, doesn't it? But it's super floppy. Let's put a little piece of that down, and I'm going to go right with the middle, I think. Let's have a little look at this piece here. The nose is amazing on it, really beautiful. So the first thing you get from the nose is there's some lactic notes to it. You can tell it's kind of a dairy product, which might sound surprising, but sometimes you can't. You don't get any of that when you smell cheese. You get something more like mushroomy kind of flavours or nutty scent. This one does have a lot of mushroom going on. You can really get that kind of truffly kind of smell from it. But you do also get the lactic note as well. So let's try it, shall we? Sorry, it's absolutely gorgeous. So it's sweet. It's almost caramelly. It's not just sweet like sugar, it's sweet like nectar or like honey or caramel. It's got some real body to it. But it then carries on developing. Then you get this beautiful butteriness. It's somewhere between, if you live somewhere, you can get clotted cream or really heavy, rich cream. You get all that flavour and a butteriness to it. But now that's more or less gone, and I'm now getting some sourness, like more of a live yogurt kind of flavour, the lactic tones. And I'm also getting much more bitterness now from the vein. So at first there's none of that. You don't taste any of it. You get a hint of mushroom when you taste it, along with the sweetness. Now the flavour's still going. It's now mellowed right out, and I'm just left with a really nice really nice sort of nutty, mushroomy kind of flavour, like with some definite buttery notes to it. So it's like at the end, everyone comes back and kind of joins the party. So really special. That's beautiful. I'm going to have another piece. This is from a little bit further in, away from the nose. Now this bit has a little more tartness to it. So where I ate the piece from the nose here was very sweet. I'm not quite getting that sweetness from here. So let's try this, shall we? Gorgeous texture. It's firm, it holds together. It's almost like Turkish delight or something, which I don't like, by the way, without the rose flavour. That's actually much more mellow, which is kind of what we'd expect, really. So the middle of the cheese, if you imagine this being a wheel, the middle of the cheese will be the bit that matures the most. It's usually really gorgeous flavour. Hence it being bad etiquette to cut the nose off and eat it. But that's really quite different. There's a bit more mushroom, there's less sweetness, there's a little more of that tart bitterness from the rind, but still really good and a beautiful combination. All of them together is really, really fantastic. Now, last bit I'm going to do here, I happen to know that I love the rind. If you can see the rind on here, there's a kind of grey bloom, yeast bloom on the outside here. So I'm going to cut a little piece off this way, and I'll try it like this. Okay, very different again. Much more nutty. There's much more nuttiness to it. It's still sweet, but it doesn't have that caramel kind of hint, or not really hint, that was going on with the nose. It's really rather different. So that's 3 sections of the same cheese, the same piece of cheese, all tasting quite different. I'm now getting more nuttiness to it, so much more truffle and nuts rather than lactic tones and caramel. What a fantastic cheese, that's amazing. Right, I'm gonna grab a few almonds here. Now, really good to cleanse the palate, especially as I'm going to be eating essentially the same cheese. So, same again, I'm going to take a wedge from here. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. That looks absolutely magnificent. I can only just pick that up. It's really, really soft and beautiful. It's got just enough strength to keep its integrity. Let's give it a try. So straight away, there's no messing around. Straight away in with those blue tones. We're not getting buttery flavours anymore. We're getting more, you can much more taste it. It's a cream cheese rather than buttery dairy. But almost immediately you get those blue notes come in, and they just get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's still getting stronger in my mouth now. Now, it's weird because it's so good. The first flavour from here is really, there's really no messing around, straight with the blue flavour, and then you start to get some lactic tones as well, and it's getting more and more bitter, but in a good way. I don't generally like bitter things, but this is really hitting the spot. Oh, that's so good. Right, so same test again. I'm going to go with, oh, look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Right, let's try. Wow, that's a proper sucker. That's a proper sucker punch. There's no messing around with that. Straight in with the blue, but it's got so much with it. It's not just blue. You get all this lovely kind of cream cheese. Imagine eating a really nice fresh cream cheese with something intensely blue, and you have that lovely mixture. It's so different from the Dolce. With here we had these with the nose we had kind of caramel tones and a slight hint of blue, and as we move down the colour change. This is taking no prisoners. If you aren't keen on blue cheese, I would not try the Picante unless you're feeling brave and you kind of want to, you know, see the error of your ways, and you want to try and do something about it. So I'm just going to cut this piece off here. Right, we've got this is much softer than the edge of the Picante here, and the mould on the edge here looks a little different, a little bit different. Yeah, you can really tell in the nose. Beautiful, amazing nose on it. Let's try. It's so beautiful. It's so, so good. Both these cheeses are excellent. Um, Now, personally, I like almost every cheese. There's very few things I don't like. The only exception is really a goat's cheese, but that's more an allergy thing. But you'd be happy with either of these cheeses. The only thing that would differ would be whether you are not so much of a blue cheese fan and you maybe want to go for this one. It's not too pokey. It's a nice kind of introduction, if you like, to blue cheese. This one is much more in the Stilton territory, so it doesn't have the bitterness and the saltiness that Stilton has. It's not a hard, crumbly cheese like Stilton, but it does have a lot of that power that you get with the Stilton. So, yes, I think in a blind tasting, these are brave words now, I think in a blind tasting, you'd probably be able to tell which of these you had based on the notes there. Let's try another little piece of this one. So different. This one, you turn up and someone takes your hand and leads you through the forest, and there are mushrooms growing and the birds are singing, and very lovely. Very, very nice. I like this one very much. And this one, someone's smashing your front door in and taking you away in a helicopter. Two quite different things. Both absolutely fabulous. So, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions about this, I will do my best to answer them. Absolutely glorious cheeses, both of them. I love Gorgonzola. It's so versatile. You can put it in salads, you can put it on pizza. It's great with risotto. You can just eat it as it is, like I like to do. It's beautiful with a drop of wine, or you could have it just, on a cracker, eat it straight. There's so many things you could do with Gorgonzola. A really, really beautiful cheese. Thank you, Italy. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. And hit the bell. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.